Israel has struck northern Gaza as the uneasy truce between Israel and Hamas is delayed. At the 11th hour, the Israeli PM is refusing to stand down troops until Hamas releases a list of hostage names.
After 15 months of heartbreak and bloodshed, the ceasefire was supposed to begin an hour ago. Instead, the fighting continues. The Israeli PM releasing this statement.
The Prime Minister instructed the IDF that the ceasefire will not begin until Israel has the list of released hostages, which Hamas has pledged to provide.
Hamas blamed technical problems for the delay and remains committed to the agreement. Meanwhile, hundreds gathered in Tel Aviv to mark the second birthday of the youngest hostage, Kafir, taken when he was just 8.5 months old. He's expected to be among those released.
He's 2 years old today. It's like so long, and he never celebrated a birthday.
Many in Israel are celebrating the ceasefire, but remain angry it took so long.
This deal is a deal that we had on the table, like 5 months ago, and we could have signed it and we could have saved lives.
Others see the ceasefire as a capitulation to Hamas.
It's a shame. It's a deal that it's like a prize for the terror. Please stop last minute.
More than 90% of the Israelis want all the hostages back home and wants the war to over. We choose life.
Even with the deal struck, the attacks have continued. In the hours before the ceasefire took effect, an Israeli airstrike killed a family of 9 in southern Gaza. Grief-stricken families in mourning, as others pray they will soon be reunited with loved ones.
It's time to stop it. Everybody needs to come back home.
Efrat Machikawa is the niece of 80-year-old hostage Gadi Moses, a peace activist and grandfather of 14 who is slated to be among those who will be released in the first phase, well, hopefully. Efrat, this has all come unstuck in the last hour with the ceasefire delayed. What sort of emotions are coming up for you right now?
It's really hard to describe. And although it's tense and nothing is secured, I am optimistic that this is it and it's happening. And we all need to be the best we can now and to be constrained and patient. Things aren't easy. This is an agreement between our country and an organization of terrorists. So we have to hold on, and we have to make sure that the idea of saving lives is what is leading us.
It's incredible to hear you talking of hope in a moment like this. I think it's sort of impossible for most of us to even imagine what this must be like for you and your family. Do you think that this deal, this arrangement going through rests with one individual, one group? Who do you think holds the key in this particular moment?
Could you repeat that, please? Sorry.
There's so much at stake. Who do you think holds the key to this hostage release happening now? Is it the Israeli government? Is it the Hamas that are holding these individuals? You know, there's obviously the information's murky right now.
I think we should be very, very careful in trying to address that. I am sure that what we see at the news and what we hear is not exactly what is going behind the scenes. And the only thing I can relate to is when my aunt, my very brave aunt, Margaret Moses, came back. We knew nothing, and things did happen. And I know that there are teams that are working very hard to secure that things are happening. So, of course, as I said, we deal with a terrorist organization, and there aren't any rules, are they, for terror? So I think that we have to be very careful, but I do expect my government to be constrained and as positive as they can be as well.
Tell us about your uncle. How do you think he would be holding up?
Gadi is the most joyful person, the person you want to have around, the guy that makes everybody laugh in a party. He's a very strong and beautiful spirit, and I really do hope that this trait of his, this beautiful communication with others that he developed over the years being an agronomist who traveled all over the world, from Papua New Guinea to Peru to Georgia and to Arab countries, and working with Palestinians. I think those traits help him stay strong. I really do hope. I think his body must be very weak. He was probably tortured, probably starved, probably did not see a daylight. We're talking about terrible conditions, but you know, Gadi is a special man, and I really do hope that his personality shines even in the darkness of the tunnels.
We certainly hope that you get your uncle back. Efrat, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you very much, and let's hope for the best. We can do it as an international community, as neighbors, as a region. We should strive for the end of this cycle of violence and hope for the return of each and every single hostage back home to Israel.
Efrat, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.